Hello everyone, my name is Lyra and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I wanted to do something a little bit different for this video, which is going to be a get ready with me story time about how I lived in one of the most dangerous cities in the nation. So let's get into it. According to Southwest Journal, Albuquerque, New Mexico is number 8 in the most dangerous cities in the United States. And I lived there for a solid year. How anyone could live there forever? Nah, I don't know. If you don't know, I had gone to the University of New Mexico in Albuquerque, and you might be wondering why I did that to myself. I don't know. But you know, at the time, you're seeing it through this rose-colored glass. You're like, oh my gosh, this school looks perfect. There's nothing that could be wrong with it.
Bombastic side eye.
I kid you not when I say you did not need a noise machine during night, because you know what would make you go to sleep? The sound of this. And let me tell you, those were not good noises. You wanted to run away from those noises. It was low-key just kind of like a crazy city. If you don't know as well, I was in a sorority and we had a house, you know, kind of like on our Greek road. And there was actually an abandoned old frat house. It was a Fiji house. Of course, it was abandoned. No one was living there. So just on a random day, I think it was back in October, like all the girls are getting ready for a chapter, you know, dinner, whatever. It's Monday, you know. It's Monday. You'd think it'd be pretty chill. Next thing you know, the house is on fire. The house is on fire. If I have a photo, I'll put it up on the screen here. It was a big fire. And of course you had all the frat guys going over there taking pictures in front of it. We found out about a week later that apparently there was actually a drug lab in the abandoned house which was being used by homeless people. Go figure that. Then, around 2 to 3 weeks later, I want to say, it caught on fire again for the same reasons. It was also around the same time too when one of the frat houses actually had a standoff with the homeless guy because he had, I think it was an assault rifle or something, at like 1 p.m. in the afternoon. You know, I get it maybe at night or something, but 1 in the afternoon? I just don't get it. But not only was Albuquerque just outright dangerous, it was also just weird. And maybe it doesn't help that I'm from Houston, which is one of the biggest cities. But some of the things that they did really just got on my nerve. This didn't get on my nerve, but one of the weird things that happened, so for our state game, or our rival game, we went down to Las Cruces because that's where it was being held against New Mexico State University. And I kid you not, these kids probably would have fought somebody just to have some canes. Now, I didn't really understand at the time because obviously I'm not from Albuquerque and this was in September, so I was still pretty much new to the entire Albuquerque lifestyle. I later asked one of the guys, I was like, why are you guys literally going crazy? It's just chicken and bread. And he said, well, we don't have the canes in Albuquerque. Obviously, I didn't notice because I'm not a big canes eater, number one. Number two, I drive past 2 on my way to the gym on a normal daily basis in Houston. They finally did get a canes around, I want to say May 9th was the grand opening. And apparently the wait for chicken and bread, may I add, was 4 hours. Not only that, they ran out of chicken. Not only that, there is literally a TikTok video where I think it was a Native American tribe was dancing outside of Cane's. Now, allegedly, Cane's had donated some type of money to the tribes, and that's why they were doing it. The TikTok video is really funny, so I'm gonna put it up real quick. I remember one of my friends sent it to me and said, this is where you're going. And I said, unfortunately, yes. But literally, the entire city went crazy over bread and chicken and some iced sweet tea. It wasn't even good sweet tea, you know? Maybe being from Texas, I'm cultured like that. I know how to make good sweet tea. I know what good sweet tea tastes like. Obviously, these people didn't. That was literally just tea and syrup, which is another thing. They will literally get so mad if you say Texas chili instead of green chili or red chili. It was like one of the first few months that I had moved to Albuquerque. My friend said, oh my gosh, you need to try chili. And I said, I've tried chili. It's Texas chili, you know, with the refried beans. They went, what is that? We mean green chili or red chili. And let me tell you, they put that stuff on everything. I swear, if they could make it into Starbucks coffee, they probably would. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. It was pretty good. You know what I will 100% miss? A Whataburger patty melt with green chili on it. I can't even lie to you on that. That stuff was gas. That was one of the good things. And honestly, I do love myself some green chili now. But still, do not be mean to somebody who does not know what green chili is. I also swear that they have never ever seen like a country girl before. I think it was my first football game in Albuquerque. And I had decided to wear some cowboy boots and, you know, my cowboy hat and everything. And while I was leaving the game at the end of the game, this one old man comes up and says, "Can I take a picture with you?" Me? Of course I said yes because I didn't want to be rude. But I'm going to take a wild guess and say that he probably thought I was some type of mascot. But now there's a picture of me in my cowboy hat and cowboy boots on some random man's phone that I will literally never see again, so I don't really know how I feel about that. The guys there in Albuquerque were also low-key weird. They were kind of like those homeschooled kids that you'd meet once in a while and they were just kind of weird. That's how most of them were, because they had never ever left the city and they literally decided to go to school there in Albuquerque, preaching that they literally hated that city. These guys in Albuquerque too literally had the egos of a SoundCloud rapper who thinks they're very good, but they only have 20 followers. Which, if you get what I'm saying, then you know how bad it is. These guys would act like they're 10s, which, honestly, they were a 10 in Albuquerque. You're in a small town of like 500,000 and everything, but still, you're in a town of 500,000 in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Of course you're gonna be a 10. If you compared these so-called Albuquerque 10s to any guy in a big city, so let's say Phoenix, for example, since I'm moving there, the Albuquerque 10s would suddenly become an Arizona 2. Because the thing is, when you're in a small city, you have less competition to deal with, which means you don't need to look as good. But the thing is, when there's more competition, such as in a bigger city, you're going down. I absolutely know I'm gonna get so much hate for that comment though, and guys are gonna be like, well, you know, you're really not that pretty either, look at all that makeup you wear. If I had a nickel for every time I've been called fat or ugly on stream, I'd be able to buy a yacht, so it doesn't really faze me that much anymore, but thanks. I mean, in all seriousness though, there was honestly like a lot of good people in Albuquerque, and not everything was bad. I love the nature part of it, because surprise, surprise, I like to actually go touch grass. I'm just upset I never got to go to the White Sands Desert and go sandboarding. And again, there were really great people. I mean, you have my entire UNM Valorant team, which even if I'm bottom fragging, they will still say I'm doing really well, even though I know they're lying to me. Other than that, excited to see what Arizona brings me, because I am so scared for Arizona. But anyways, guys, that is all I have for today. I hope you enjoyed this small little YouTube video, and I love you guys so much, and I will see you next time. Bye.
Raindrop, drop top, smoking, no cooking, the hot pot, fucking on your bitch.
I feel like I'm a baby being birthed right now.